everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin Goodman with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. Today I want to show you 3 alternative rock songs that only use 2 chords. So another lesson aimed at the beginners. Easy songs to play, fun ones to play, and best part is that you only need to know 2 chords. Well, it's not the same 2 chords through all 3 songs, but each song only uses 2 chords. Alright, so be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at what we got going on here. Alright, so the first song we're going to take a look at is What I Got by Sublime. So the 2 chords that we're going to use in this are D and G. So for D, 4th string is open, 2nd fret of the 3rd string with my 1st finger, 3rd fret of the 2nd string with my 3rd finger, and 2nd fret of the 1st string with my 2nd finger. And strings 5 and 6 are not played. And then we have G. So for G, we're on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string with our 2nd finger, 2nd fret of the 5th string with 1st finger, strings 4 and 3 are open. 3rd fret of the 2nd string with my 3rd finger, and 3rd fret of the 1st string with my 4th finger. Now alternatively, you can also play it with the 2nd string open. Either way is fine. Just whichever one you're more comfortable with. What makes it nice if you do have it where you're fretting that 3rd fret of the 2nd string is that when you make this transition from D to G, you don't need to remove that finger. You just put your 4th finger down and move your 1st and 2nd finger down to the 5th and 6th string. And then back to D, same deal. You don't remove you just take your 4th finger off, move your 1st and 2nd finger back up, and just leave that 3rd finger right there the whole time. Alright, so there's a couple of ways that you can play this. Now, one way they do this where they're picking the notes out separately of the chords. So we're starting with D, and we're going to go strings 4, 3, 2, 3. So that first one is a dotted 8th note, and then a 16th note, and then 2 8th notes. So, and then for G, we just pick 6, and then 3, 2, 3. So if you were going to play this by yourself and sing it, that would be a good way to, to start it off and then go into more of a strumming pattern. So for the strumming pattern, it's the same timing as that, but so it's like dotted 8th note, then a 16th note, and then 2 8th notes. Same thing on the G. So it's just one measure. Half the measure is D and half the measure is G. Either one of those plays. So you. Now, you could change the strum on it altogether and you'd be, like... whatever's more comfortable to you, whatever, you think sounds good, it's always good to kind of mix it up, change it around, especially when you're playing it by yourself. Alright, next we're going to look at Songbird by Oasis. This song technically, I guess, has 3 chords if you want to look at it that way, but one is just like a transition chord, and it's not really a big change, so I'm really still considering it just to be a 2-chord song, but I'll show you what I mean here in just a minute. So the 2 chords that we've got for this are G, same G that we just did, and then E minor 7. So to make this E minor 7, your 3rd and 4th finger don't need to move. You're just going to switch your 1st finger will stay where it is too. You're just going to move your 3rd finger from the 3rd fret of the 6th string to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. just like that. So the strumming for this is, it's all eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but we're going to accent where 2 and 4 is. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So on that downbeat of 2 and 4, we want to put a little bit of an accent on that strum. So it's just, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, obviously, you don't want it to be quite that harsh of the accent. This is just for the example. So we have 3 measures of G. And then we have a 4th measure where we have 1 and 2 and then we're going to make this, what I said was like the 3rd chord, like transition. What it is basically is it's G5 over F sharp. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our 2nd finger off and move our 1st finger from the 5th string to the 6th string. So now we're getting that F sharp there. 5th string is muted, it's not played at all. So your 1st finger is just kind of laying down, just touching the string. So it's muted. So for that 4th measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then to the E minor 7 for 2 measures. 1 and 2. And then the same thing back to the G. So that's basically the entire song. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 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 1 and 2 and 4, 1 and 2 and 4. Just like that all the way through. Fairly simple. You just want to practice getting that accent down on beats 3 and 4, just because otherwise it's just it's kind of boring if you play it that way. So this kind of gives it a little bit of a swing. Just like that. All right, and then finally we're going to look at Jane Says by Jane's Addiction. So this song, the 2 chords that it uses are G and A. So again, it's that same G that we've been playing. And then we're going to switch to an A. Now, you may have learned A like this or like this. In this case, you just want to use your 1st finger. So 5th string is open, and I'm barring my 1st finger across the 2nd fret of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. All right, so the song is extremely repetitive. It's just the same thing over and over and over again, except for one part where it just stays on G. So I'm going to show you 2 ways that we can do this. So we start with the G. We got, so you got, it's like a dotted 8th note, and then an 8th note, and then a 16th note. So like da, 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 and then to the A, da, da, da. So 8th note, dotted 8th note, 16th note. So like the same thing we did before, but just, in a different order. So and then the way they play it, they've got this little fill here. So while your finger is still barred across, you're going to go to the 4th fret of the 3rd string with your 3rd finger, pick, and then do a pull off. And then to the 4th fret of the 4th string with your 3rd finger, and then back to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then just back to the... just like that. Now, if you're really new to guitar and you're having trouble doing that little riff, you don't have to necessarily do that. You can do the same strum, and then instead of doing, just do 40 and so. Either way, they both sound good. Both can get you through the song. So the only other part of this is it's like the I guess you'd call it the chorus of the song. It just goes to the G, and you've got an 8th note and then 2 16th notes. So, and then an 8th note, then a 16th note, then an 8th note, then an 8th note, and then a 16th note, and then 4 16th notes. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of more, you're going to kind of get the feel for it. And that's the only if they want me. Way too high to sing for me to be able to sing that. But it's basically that. It just does that over and over and over again. Well, I shouldn't say that. It does that whole measure. It does it a couple of times. And right back in. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of it. If you liked this lesson, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to, a lesson you'd like to see me do or one of the other instructors at guitarcontrol.com do in a future lesson. Leave it in a comment. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notifications button so you don't miss any of the lessons that we put out throughout the week. So that's all I got for you today, and until next time.